Is it 2 million Ghanaian dollars? 2 million? Please find out whether it is in US dollars or cities.
Our Senate President, wey be Godswill Akpabio, don't send our foreign minister to Ghana.
Ghanaians are blasting on Nigeria Senator in the person of Godswill Akpabio for trying to interfere in Ghanaians' law. But my question is that what is his concern that if Ghana decided to put their law in GIPC law, that before you start a business in Ghanaians, you must have a so amount of money in your account. You must have this kind of law, and many of Ghanaians will be employed in your company. So Akpabio now got angry and he now sending so many people to Ghana to go and verify if what he had is true or like that. So guys, I will just allow you to watch this clip or video while I come back for my own commentary. Just don't forget to subscribe, like, comment and share.
Is it 2 million Ghanaian dollars? 2 million? Please find out whether it is in US dollars or cities.
Our Senate President, wey be Godswill Akpabio, don't send our foreign minister to Ghana.
We should not compromise our laws because of some people. We should not. If Nigerians are suffering everywhere, our Senate President Godswill Akpabio has said something in relation to the GIPC law in Ghana during their parliamentary sitting and everything. He said Nigerians everywhere are suffering, and that's to have a shop in Ghana. As a Nigerian to have a shop in Ghana, you have to deposit $2 million to be able to have a shop in Ghana. And then he went ahead and said the Senate, Akpabio, led by Akpabio, they will look into that. What I don't like about these people, their sense of entitlement. You, your country, somebody gets your own law for years, say, if I pay this amount of money before getting the shop, you are saying you look into it. As who? As what? And they went ahead and said, it is against ECOWAS law. It is against what? Is it your country? So he was telling the new foreign minister, Bianca, to look into it. She will come to Ghana. They said they should come to Ghana. And then she will come meet Okujeto, and then they will shake hands. Look, we should not compromise our laws because of some people. Look. We should not. If Nigerians are suffering everywhere, call them back home and make the country better for them. It's that simple. Now, before I go into the GIPA framework, if you go to Medina, if you go to Accra, plenty of Nigerians have shops, plenty of them, phone shops, electrical shops and accessories, plenty of them have shops. Go and ask them how many of them pay $2 million to get a shop. What's the name of this guy? Chinedu have a phone shop. He's selling things in the shop. Go and ask whether he paid $2 million before getting that shop. You in Nigeria there and trying to dictate to people. In Ghana, as a foreigner, you cannot engage in retail business, but they are engaging, and we will look into that. If you are into purchase and import of imported goods as a foreigner, you have to pay $500,000 as cash equity. It used to be $1 million, but now it is $500,000. So I don't even know where this Akpabio man got that $2 million from. I think GIPC should bring it to the streets and should go and check whether they pay their registration fees. And
our Senate President, wey be Godswill Akpabio, don't send our foreign minister to Ghana. Our foreign minister wey be Bianca Ojukwu, our Senate President don't send her go Ghana. He told her to go and find out if it is true that in Ghana, Nigeria are asked to pay $2 million before they could be able to do retail business. He sent her to Ghana to investigate if it is true that Nigerians are being asked to pay $2 million and employ 20 Ghanaians before they could be able to operate a retail business. And if she found out that it is true that the same law should also be applied to Ghanaians doing businesses here in Nigeria. I don't know why Ghanaians are crying in my DM since I made this post yesterday. I don't know why they are crying. Some Ghanaians are saying it is their country, it is their law. They have the right to make the law how they are going to. They, in short, is their law in their country. Nobody is against your law. Our Senate President is not against your law. Nobody is against your law. Every country has their law. Our Senate President will be Godswill Akpabio. He only asked our foreign minister to go and find out if it is true that this is your law, that Nigerians will pay $2 million and employ 20 Ghanaians before they could be able to sell a retail business. If this is true, according to the Senate President, that the same law will be applied to Ghanaians here in Nigeria, I don't know why you guys are crying. I don't know why you guys are crying in my DM and in my comment section. If the law is true, after the investigation, after our foreign minister will be Mrs. Bianca Ojukwu, after she don't investigate, found out that this law is true, Nigerians are asked to pay $2 million before they could be able to operate in their business. If it is true, then the Ghanaians here in Nigeria will also pay $2 million for them to be able to operate in a retail business. If that is true, Ghanaians here in Nigeria will also employ 20 Ghanaians and pay $2 million. The same law that you apply to foreigners in your country will also be applied to you guys in Nigeria. That is just it. You cannot be operating that kind of law in your country and expect us to accommodate you here, and you are here in Nigeria doing businesses. You guys own shop in Alaba, in Abia State. You guys said a lot of shop that you guys are sewing clothes. Nobody is asking you to pay any amount of money. But in Ghana, you ask our Nigerian brothers to pay so amount and also employ 20 Ghanaians. You say it's your law. No problem. It's your law. We are not arguing. But what you are trying to say that if it is true, after our Bianca Ojukwu have come to Ghana, then the same law will be applied to you Ghanaians here in Nigeria. Before you own a shop and join a retail business here in Nigeria, you will pay $2 million and also employ 20 Nigerians. Yes.
Have a shop, you have to deposit $2 million if you are Nigerian. They say it's a refundable deposit. US dollars. $2 million US dollars. Or is it 2 million US? Is it 2 million Ghanaian dollars? 2 million. Please find out whether it is in US dollars or cities. But you have to deposit substantial amount of money for them to allow you to open a shop. They say that money is refundable. Is the money for them to use in repenting the shop when you go back to your country?
I did my report and this is what I could come up with. Listen. Let's read one. Nigerian traders in Ghana are facing stringent regulations, but the $2 million charge is not mentioned in recent reports. Instead, Ghana requires a $1 million investment or share equity for foreign traders to set up shops. According to the Ghana Investment Promotion Center (GIPC) Act, at 865, foreigners are banned from retail trade but can engage in trading enterprise with a minimum investment of $1 million in cash or goods. This investment must be accompanied by the employment of 20 Ghanaians. Wow. So it's not just Nigerians, it's all foreigners as long as you're not a Ghanaian citizen. Let's check out the other report. This is from Business Day Ghana, dated far back as May 8, 2017. It was published by Sisi Masha. See what the headline says: Nigerians kick Ghanaians out of small businesses. This was said by the GIPC boss. You know, it says 6 out of 10 phone sellers are Nigerians. Let's continue. If you check the report, it talks about the GIPC Act 865 of 2013. Let's go and browse about the GIPC.